Any minute. Come on, Groot. You can do it, Groot. Come on.
I am Groot. What do you mean? It's gonna work when you have premium. What?
Lame.
Wait, what?
Well, that's not what I'm saying. He was making a joke.
Wait, is it just not gonna work today?
Seemingly not, or at least take longer than it normally does.
Fuck it. Okay, fucking hell. We'll just go with that. And hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the TGCO Review Rodeo. Oh, yeehaw! Anyway, with me, I am joined by not only a few of my fellow outlaws, but also a guest. First, we have the gauging outlaw, Flutter Guy 98.
Lock and load, outlaws.
The wandering outlaw, Chaos 36.
Evening, everybody.
The researching outlaw, Sentai Master.
Hello, my fellow outlaws. Ready for some real science?
Our special guest, the wanderer of the icy wastelands, Frozen.
Aliens.
Oh wait, hold on. Due to the fact that you can move your arm, now I remember why I had you a little bit farther away from everyone.
Also?
Anyway, yeah.
Well, this thing was aliens.
It was aliens. Anyway, and finally there is me, your Game Master Outlaw, Diobot 2016. Now then, this is a little bit long overdue, folks, but hey, we're finally doing it now, so... And since we clearly cannot trust Groot tonight, we're just gonna lead into it. It's our review rodeo of Ben 10 Seasons 1 and 2. Now I know what you're thinking. Why are we covering 2 seasons at once? Well, it's because if we only covered 1 season, it wouldn't take very long, and not only that, if we judged season 1 alone, we would be a little bit harsher.
Yes, because season 1 is very much a case of early installment weirdness.
Indeed it is. So, let's start off with season 1. Season 1 is, well, it's season 1.
Next tag.
It's one. The season basically, the season's only ongoing story arc is of course Ben learning how to use the watch, or rather the Omnitrix, as we know nowadays. And of course Vilgax's attempts to try and steal it from him. Either by himself or through other means. And of course, along the way, Ben and
aliens or people, or be it other aliens, or in the case of Ben's recurring rival and future ally, swaying other people to work for him.
Anyway, season and 1 is all right, but honestly, it's got a few bumps in the road. So,
yeah, season 1 syndrome can do that to a lot of shows.
Yes. Speaking of, let's talk about the first episode of season 1, and then there were 10. Honestly, looking back, this is a pretty decent starter episode.
It really is. Yeah.
It gives you a good idea of who Ben is, gives you a good idea of the supporting cast, and more importantly, gives you a good idea of what the Omnitrix can do, as well as what kind of threats he's likely to expect. And of course, there's establishing Vilgax as the recurring villain for and for the season. So there's that too. Of course, for his supporting cast, we have Grandpa Max, voiced by Paul Lighting, who is pretty much the wise mentor who has a mysterious past, which if you've watched the fucking series, you know what that fucking secret is by this point.
Yep,
You
we
do.
already know he's a colonel.
Hell,
Okay. That was good. Excellent.
That was.
Excellent bait and
Yes.
switch joke. There, KR. Well done.
Yep.
Like I mentioned, like DL was alluding to, they reveal it as early as season 2.
Yeah. Anyway.
I mean, they were
Yeah.
subtly hinting at it, but it was not the way you would expect.
I do appreciate the fact that when it came to that particular secret, they actually properly foreshadowed it at certain moments, as with how wise and how informative Max seemed to be. There's of course Gwen, who is the token girl, and tends to bicker with Ben a lot. And spoilers, early on, it gets really fucking annoying.
It's
Yeah,
a grow out
Basically,
of
the
it.
sibling that is not the sibling,
Yes.
They're cousins.
Yeah, they're cousins.
because they're cousins.
Cousin!
That's why I said sibling coded, despite being cousins.
Yes.
Yes.
I can relate to that as someone who's hung out with a lot of cousins a lot.
Cousin!
Anyway, now then, let's start talking about the introductory episodes, which starts as early as episode 2, Washington, B.C., which gives us our introduction to one of the first recurring villains that Ben will have besides fucking Vilgax, Dr. Animo. Oh,
Voiced by Dwight Schultz.
yes, as in Howling Mad Murdoch.
You have a problem.
I still love that. And if you listen closely in the background, you can hear some muscle-bound man muttering, "I ain't getting on no plane." But Dr. Animo is pretty much your standard mad scientist character.
Wait.
He'll be,
Your Saturday morning villain, if anything else.
yeah, he will actually be, believe it or not, the most recurring villain, not only for the entirety of the original run of the series, but also in terms of the franchise in general, making countless appearances as past and in future or sequels series such as Alien Force, Ultimate Alien, etc. Hell, this fucker even survived the reboot.
Surprising.
Anyway.
I am that scientist. It's so cool. Salvage.
Anyway, then we have our other introductory episode, Last Laugh, featuring the debut of two different sets of villains. We have the Circus Freaks, which I don't even fucking remember their names, and quite frankly, it's not worth remembering them. We'll just call them the
Right,
Circus
wait.
Freaks.
Right wig.
Toe, Medusa, and Stink Breath, I think.
Close enough.
More or less.
Anyway.
Yeah, if it wasn't obvious, one, the Circus Freaks rarely appear appear very infrequently, and when they do appear, they're very unmemorable.
Yeah, they start off in the last.
Some of them have good voice actors and decent designs, but when you don't give them much to do, they don't last much of an impression.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
So Last Laugh. But they're not really our focus in Last Laugh. Our focus is of Zombozo. Who is okay as a villain, but well, you don't really learn much about what his deal is. Is it's
No,
Yeah.
you don't.
it's like
No,
wait,
there's no origin story. There's nothing to his background. He just shows up as a clown that's a zombie that often tries to steal brains.
like
Yeah, Zombozo.
Well,
At
steal
least that's his
souls.
new MO.
Yes.
Random
Zombozo,
zombie clown thing appears out of nowhere, steals souls, doesn't elaborate, leaves.
Yes.
It's that
Yeah.
meme.
hell, this fucker doesn't even appear later until fucking in Alien Force.
Yeah.
Like after last lap, he just
No.
disappears.
Yes,
No.
Flutter. Yes.
You were, really?
Oh no, wait. Ultimate Alien.
Ultimate Alien.
Yes. Yeah.
Right, I forgot about
That's
that.
what
But
we were trying to correct.
I'm
Yeah.
on his wiki page.
yeah,
Anyway,
but
yes, here he is voiced by John Cassier.
who you will know as the Crypt Keeper.
Yes! From Tales from the Crypt.
You also might be unfortunate enough to remember that in that horrible Justice League pilot, he was the Atom.
Oh, God. Work is
Wait,
work.
what? Wait, what?
Yeah, there was a live-action
was-
Justice League pilot. We'll link you to Nash's video on that later. It's
I
something.
can actually look it up. I could look it up at my own time.
Anyway,
Also true.
For later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The only real significance is the fact that it gives us a proper use for one of Ben's aliens, Ghost Freak, and it also features Ben getting over his fear of clowns, which, as someone who used to have that fear, I feel you, man.
Boom.
Anyway,
Wait, hold on.
anyway,
Ow.
on to Tourist Trap. Now, this is a very loose introductory episode because the megawatts themselves do not appear again after this shit, but the alien species itself does. Later, actually, he appears in season 3. Remember, he's an alien used by Ben 10,000.
Oh, right.
Right, yeah.
So it technically qualifies him. There's not much to these little buggers. They're just like little electric alien things.
Gremlins. The
And
little
They're
electric
gremlins.
gremlins.
Yeah. Electric gremlins.
Or, yeah, megawatts, or as they're later known as in Omniverse, the Nosdenians, because that's the name of their home planet.
yeah, we're just gonna call them megawatts.
Agreed.
That name was way too difficult to remember. Anyway, now on to another introductory episode, The Alliance. As cool as it is, it gives us probably one of the more lamer of Ben's villains, who we only bring up here due to the fact that she does appear again, not only later on, but also in other series. That being Rodeo. Who is a pretty lame ass villain whose only significance is the fact that she uses technology and she's a girl.
Yeah.
Here in Omniverse, she is voiced by Jennifer Hale.
Which honestly is interesting about that they got her back for Omniverse. Anyway. Now then. And last up for the introductory episodes is A Small Problem. This is... okay, in terms of an episode, this one's not really the best. The only significance it has is due to the fact that it uses the Forever Knights.
Yes.
Who, honestly, in the original series, they don't really do much. It's only until after or an Alien Force and onwards where they actually start to do more significant shit.
And are made much bigger threats.
Yeah.
It's a small problem after all.
No! Anything but that.
Anything
but that.
Anywho, let's continue. Continue on. We're the thing is, it's not too bad of an episode, but it has a pretty pat resolution, and it's a pretty weak introduction to the Forever Knights in general. I mean, it establishes them as mysterious and such, but I mean, hell, in their first episode, they're not even called the Forever Knights. They're just called the Organization.
Wow.
It isn't until their next appearance where they're given the proper name.
Yeah, which honestly sounds way cooler. Anyway, so we've talked about the introductory episodes. Let's talk about the weaker episodes, starting with the Kraken.
Someone said,
Boy.
can we unrelease the Kraken?
This one is a pretty weak episode. And honestly, the thing is, it's not a bad concept, but it just comes off as not one of their stronger outings. Like, this is definitely a case of growing pains.
Season
Yes,
one-
but it also
season one
does show
syndrome.
off. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that. Just season one syndrome. Like all shows have had this case.
Yeah.
Why do you think I mentioned the trope early installment weirdness?
Anyway,
That's what it's meant.
You were
That's what
saying,
it's meant
you were
to
going to
be.
say, Frozen?
Well, it does actually show a lot more stuff than you think. It does show off the very tired formula of, hey, I'm going to go as an alien. I think I'm going to do well with this. And then, no, you're going with this one instead.
Yeah, this was
What
yeah,
do you
yeah.
think?
Oh yeah, this started the trope of the Watch giving him not always giving him the alien he needs.
Which
Yeah.
after a while can get very annoying.
Which honestly, it is nice that later on we do actually get a proper explanation for why this happened, and it wasn't just a case of the Watch glitching out. Anyway,
No.
the Kraken is an interesting concept for an episode, but it's the execution that's the issue. Since the problem is, it feels like they're trying to do a Captain Planet thing.
Which
Evil
Kinda
poacher,
does, yeah.
evil poacher.
They are.
Here's save the sea life, shit like that, blah 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 blah. Anyway, on to the other week episode, Permanent Retirement. This is just it's an interesting sort of take on the whole invasion of the body snatchers thing, but the Limax are weak as hell villains because okay, you know what these things are? These are basically the equivalents to the aliens from Signs.
yeah,
Oh God.
Yeah.
Because
But they're not weak to water.
well,
Yeah.
yeah, but still, though, I question the effectiveness of an alien species that invades a planet when the thing they are weak to comprises most of the planet.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how stupid are you? Anyway, on to the last week episode, Side Effects. The thing is, this does give us some interesting sort of dive into the fact that Ben's health can actually affect the effectiveness of his aliens. Since it shows, while his nose is stuffed up, while Mud has difficulty moving around, Forearms has horrible stinky pits, and Heat Blast, weirdly enough, gains ice powers.
But then it gives you speculation into what would happen with the other aliens. Would Stinkfly never be able to shoot out the goop out of his eyes? Will
Yeah.
the accelerate be actually slower? Would
That
it actually
is-
be the slowest
that-
thing
that-
in
that-
Ben's
that is a-
watch?
That is a good point.
And
It
not
is.
only that, also gray matter.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Well,
That is true.
Would he be less intelligent? Yeah.
Which another thing.
I wouldn't say as much as less intelligence. I'd probably go with more going into
Wait.
drunken master territory.
Or maybe he gets headaches easily.
Yeah, that
Ooh, that would work
one-
too.
Anyway,
yeah.
and this episode gives us an introduction to another weak foe for Ben, who unfortunately comes back for the season finale, for the series finale, Clancy. What is Clancy's deal? That's a good fucking question. I don't fucking know. Quite frankly, neither do the fucking writers.
Because
Who's
it's
Clancy?
never explained in either
The
of
bug
his
guy.
appearances.
Oh right, yeah.
See, that right there. That shows you how
It
forgettable
shows
he
you
is.
how forgettable he is.
Anyway. All right, so we talked about the weak episodes. Now it's time to go over the one bad one.
Oh boy, yes.
Thankfully,
Here we go.
We only have one bad egg for each season.
We only do, but
watched.
unfortunately, they have a common trend. And our bad episode for this season is Lucky Girl, episode 10 of the season.
Oh yeah.
Now, here's the deal.
Sonic.
I know that many would say, what? Why this episode? See, here's the thing. The Lucky Girl episode isn't a bad concept. Much like the Kraken, it's not a bad concept. It's the execution that's the issue, and another issue with it is the placement. One of the dilemmas in the episode is that Gwen basically, she wants attention for the shit that she's doing to help Ben. Except the thing is, these very ideas that she's mentioning, she scolded Ben for those back in Washington, D.C.
So Gwen's being a giant
Hypocrite!
Thank you, Caecilius. Now, here's the thing. If this was less about Gwen wanting attention and more of her wanting to pull her weight, that would be
that would
fine.
understand.
Fine. But they make it very clear that Gwen is doing this for the attention and the glory that she gets. Yes. She says she's there to help people, but the fact of the matter is, it's not about helping people. It's about stroking her ego.
It really is a lot of the time, yeah.
And mind you, this makes her a target for the villain of this episode, Hex. Because, spoilers, the charm that she uses to become Lucky Girl is one of Hex's charms.
And
Yep.
yes, they do actually follow up on this. Her use of Hex's charms is part of the reason as to why Charmcaster becomes her rival, because they're related.
Anyway, also, another thing that's bad in hindsight, the superhero name, Lucky Girl? Like, we talked about this,
Couldn't have come up with a better name?
like, Lady Luck. There's a good one for you. And
Yeah,
also another
that's
thing.
the name I coin dropped when I shared.
Yes, Lady Luck, that's a better one. And also another thing. Of all animals to base off a character that has luck powers, why a cat?
Think about
It's a
it, Dale.
black cat.
Exactly.
Here's the thing.
Which is
thing.
usually associated with bad luck.
Well, yeah, it's bad luck. Wouldn't it?
It's irony.
I mean, I get it somewhat, but isn't that kind of leaning a little too much on Black Cat's territory?
Not
A little.
really.
Well, yeah, not really. Black Cat's more of a thief.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but still, it's a case of Black Cat, bad luck, females, superhero.
Or she'd be also be poaching on Catwoman's thing too.
That's different. Plus the thing is, at one point, when Black Cat actually had quote unquote luck powers in the comics. So yeah, that's why I gotta basically call this shit out.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Did?
Fair enough.
She did, yeah. Earlier on, she
Yeah.
actually had quote unquote luck powers. Well, basically, at first, it was basically elaborate traps to make it look like her victim was having bad luck, but then she actually got luck powers. Anyway, But yeah, personally, if it was up to me, I would have instead based her costume on a rabbit. You know, oh,
Yeah.
oh, 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 rabbit's foot. Good
Yeah.
luck.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
could work.
That would have made
Yeah.
more sense.
The bottom line is while this tries to be a girl power episode, it instead punches down at Ben, and it basically turns Gwen to a massive hypocrite, especially if you've binged the season from start to finish, which is what we did. I legit wonder if this was originally intended to be an earlier season episode, but somehow got shelved until near the end of the season.
Yeah,
Would
I
not
can
be
see.
surprised
I
if this
mean,
was,
like you said,
a planned episode, but they never really specified when to air it.
Again,
Yeah.
Usually they'll have
again,
like a sea full of episodes,
like, and another
and then
thing
figure out,
is,
okay,
despite the fact that this is the 10th episode, Ben never basically calls her out for the fact that at the very things that he is wanting and bemoaning about out again were the very things that she scolded him for.
I mean, yes, he's a kid, but even then, you'd think he'd pick up on this.
Well, the fact of it is, it feels like the season, like the episode forgets about the continuity of episode
Okay, fair
2.
enough.
Okay, but that's
plus
enough
you know
of the
Ben would have gloated
yeah,
on like being like told you so.
yeah.
He would have, yeah.
yeah, but this was back during the days where shows were more often than not episodic. There was no really straight line for stuff.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, Frozen. I would defend that argument, but the problem is there are several episodes that have ongoing continuity referenced.
Oh,
Rinsed.
yeah, there are.
Hunted, The Alliance, yes, Secrets, etc., etc., etc. Right, there is
Right.
continuity.
Well, there is continuity, but have you seen the roadmap that they're on?
Don't even bring that up again, please. Anyway,
If we talked about that, we'd be here all day.
okay. Enough of the bad episodes. Let's talk about the good ones from this season. And let's start off with the 4th episode from season 1. And let me quickly find the artwork, the artist who made this artwork. Scroll up. I am very bad at this.
No, it's just we tend to.
Okay. All right.
There we go.
The artist in question is, and for this beautiful art piece of 6-6, which let me quickly show this to Frozen. Here we go. This is done by the artist Heavenly Shree on Instagram.
Ooh.
I really like the
I
Marvel
know the art
Rivals.
style.
I did.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, it's very much Marvel Rivals. I really like how this looks. Okay, so
Who did you say that the artist was?
Heavenly Shree.
Heavenly
Shree.
Yeah, that's the concept artist for Marvel Rivals.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice to
So
see
the, so
See
so
this
so
artist get more work.
so the concept artist for Marvel Rivals is a Ben 10 fan. Holy shit, that's awesome.
Well, I may have gotten the name wrong but the name does sound familiar.
Anyway, but yeah. So let's talk about Hunted and why it's such a good episode. So, Hunted, of course, features 3 bounty hunters who have been tasked by Vilgax to hunt down Ben and, of course, bring him alive. Live. Well, okay. Moderately alive. this gives us the introduction to 3 brand new characters. There's Crab, who nobody remembers. Six Six, who everybody remembers. And Tetrax, who everybody loves. The 3 of them are, of course, they're tasked with hunting Ben, and this actually is the first episode that really has been legitimately try and think outside of the box. Because at several instances, he is basically having to choose different method besides simply power. Or something that's demonstrated in his final fight, wherein he uses gray matter instead of something like forearms to defeat both Crab and Six Six. Oh, and also we learn in this episode that Tetrax is actually a good guy. Oh, and he's also the same species as Diamond Head. What was it?
Crystal Sapient.
Crystal Sapient. Thank you. But I actually have a lot of nostalgia for this episode in particular, since this was actually the first episode that I watched of Ben 10 when I saw it on Cartoon Network for the first time.
Wow.
I caught a rerun of it at my grandma's house, and I saw the first episode, and I was like, huh, this is pretty cool. Well, I want to see more of this shit. And then I used TiVo to record the rest of the episodes, and later bought the season 1 DVD set, and the rest is history.
Epic Farm remembers those.
Yeah, but also, yes, people, we are using the season 1 DVD covers for covering each season because, well, it's convenient.
The DVD covers for the seasons, yes.
Yeah, anyway. Which, for the record, folks, if you plan on getting that cool, huge box set of head of all of the Ben 10 and series, buyer beware.
Because the initial printing didn't have every episode to the point that it needed a second printing to fix that.
Yeah, so watch out if you're ever interested in getting that, which that's that even if itself is not exactly cheap. This is $100.
Considering how many discs and episodes that thing has.
Anyway, but yeah, bottom line, Hunted is a good episode, in my opinion. A really good highlight of good writing with this series, and also showing good development for Ben in general. Plus, it was the first time that Ben made an alien ally.
Yeah.
Now then, on to the next episode, which immediately followed after Last Laugh. And let me quickly find the artist who made this. Here we go. This is done by the artist Izanagi Ooze.
Yeah.
On Instagram, which really, really good art piece of Kevin fighting and Ben. Really, really fucking good.
Oh, definitely.
Good. Anyway, but yeah, this episode gives us the introduction to one of Ben, and believe it or not, one of Ben's most recurring villains, and later one of his greatest allies. Nice. Kevin 11. Voiced by Takuya.
Who was initially voiced by Michael Sorich.
Yeah, Michael Sorich, aka Takuya from fucking Digimon Frontier. How weird is that?
Oh, I never put those two together. Dang. I really should have realized that.
Unfortunately, he only voices Kevin for this episode, sadly.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, but...
Michael Rice. My mistake.
Yeah, anyway. But this is a really good episode because not only does it give us a good a good idea of who Kevin is, a character, but also serves as a great sort of moral about watching who you hang around with. Like don't get mixed up with a bad crowd, which is what Kevin is. Hell, it actually
Or
At the start, at least, like I
Or-
mentioned, in the sequel series, when he appears, he actually mellows out and reforms and becomes a future ally to Ben, Gwen, and Max.
anyway. You were going to say, Frozen.
I mean, also just Kevin's just Ben if he didn't have Grandpa Max with him.
Yeah,
Just in general.
Yeah, it is.
it is pretty much the case. Also, Kevin gives us a good idea of what his powers is, which is basically energy absorption. Now, I know what many people are going to mention regarding the extended canon and past this. I'm going to quote the words of Uncle Giguk in the situation. Don't worry about it.
We ain't there yet.
Yeah, we ain't there yet. I do have an explanation for it, but we'll just wait until that time comes. Anyway, but still though, Kevin 11 is another good episode in my opinion, and with some really good writing, and again, gives good development for Ben. Hell, the fact that it hints that Kevin would later return makes it even better.
Yep.
Now then, and let's move on to the last episode, which is the season finale, Secrets. Ooh, now this.
Wait, no, it's here that it's revealed that Max's secret is revealed.
Yes.
Not in
Which
season two.
which artist made this one, Flutter?
Hold on. Oh, for secrets?
Yes. Which
shit, I
real
might
quick,
have-
let me quickly show off the artwork to Frozen real quick. Check this out.
Oh wait.
Oh.
That was the first one I found. Okay, so
So BD Halloween.
yes, BD Halloween.
Yes, BD. Yeah, credit to BD Halloween for this artwork, which really do like how that looks. Like we got the different aliens in the background. Great reference to the final fight in the episode. Which, ooh, this is a good episode because it gives us quite the strong first impression of Vilgax as a villain. This is a guy
Oh, it absolutely did.
who is tired of sitting on his ass, having others fail him constantly. He's like, fine, I'll do it myself. And when this guy is voiced by the legendary Steve Bloom, you know you're in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But still, though, Vilgax makes a great first impression. Just basically curb stomping Ben and just beating him even and
Actually, no.
and
It's
beating him
it's-
even when he's using one of his stronger aliens. Ian's like, this fucker uses forearms on him and he still does not go down.
Yeah.
Plus, Vilgax has
It
this this weird ability to basically power down Ben from the Omnitrix. Not really sure how the hell that works, but hey, it's cool when it makes him intimidating, so we'll allow it. I'm going to guess maybe he installed it as a fail-safe in preparation for retrieving the Omnitrix, maybe?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or
Okay, so a little bit of story here. Vilgax did have a whole bunch of people studying the Omnitrix when he had it, but when it got retrieved, not gonna say by who yet, if you're not there yet. He does know the insides and outs of the Omnitrix. The only thing that he can't do is
Take it
stuff like
off.
voice commands and such.
is he can't
You
really
take it off with
he can't take it off himself. He needs a machine to do it.
Yes, because the watch is strapped to Ben's DNA, and you try to rip that off regularly, it's gonna hurt. And the way that Vilgax does, he's just making the hurt part just fun.
Yeah. so the thing that's really good is that Vilgax has made multiple appearances throughout the season. Not only
Was to build him up as a villain.
of course, he made an appearance in the first episode, but of course he appeared not only in Hunted, but also in the Alliance. Hell, the Alliance was the first time that Ben actually first saw Vilgax himself. Hell, even though it was technically Vilgax as he would later be seen, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah. Let's quickly circle back to Grandpa Max, where we actually do learn what his secret is. So, Max has mentioned throughout the season that he was a plumber. This is where we learned that, he wasn't the kind of plumber that...
DL had it right the first time. It's the first episode of season 2 where that happens.
Well, they hint at it in this episode.
Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah, he hints at it in this episode, but considering who the villain of the following episode is, he actually explicitly reveals it.
Yeah.
Go ahead anyway.
But we learned that Max wasn't the kind of plumber that basically cleans up drains. And we learned that he actually has a rivalry with Vilgax. Axe. Which, I'm not gonna lie, seeing Grandpa Max basically storm in and rescue you, Ben, was pretty badass.
It was,
yeah, definitely. And I mean, the thing is, Grandpa Max has kind of accidentally let his secret slip a few times throughout the show. Even in the first episode, it's like, well, look at him, he's a monster. And Max goes, no, he's an alien.
Just look at him.
I mean, look at him.
Yeah, another example where was let slip was the fact that when Vilgax mentioned that he should be afraid, Grandpa Max had a spooked look on his face,
making it clear that they've seen each other at some point in Max's life.
Yes.
Yeah. Pretty much giving Grandpa Max almost PTSD.
Yeah, kind of did. Hell, Max, when he first finds out that Vilgax is basically finally making his big comeback, when he basically hears, when Ben basically tells him in a dream that Vilgax says, "I'm coming for you now," phrasing. Max is spooked and basically says that they need to get to Mount Rushmore, which, as we later find, is actually a base where several alien weapons are kept, which are used by the plumbers. We'll get to them later. Yeah. But still, though, Secrets is such a good season finale. It raises the stakes. It properly establishes the kind of threat that Vilgax is, and more importantly, sets up the new status quo for the following season. And it is just everything you want in a good season finale.
It really is.
Plus they make it clear that despite the fact that Vilgax was beaten, and the fucker took nearly everything it had for Ben to take him down. And even then, he didn't even really beat him. Vilgax only won by basically cheating and taking Gwen and Max hostage. Basically forcing Ben to surrender. Yeah. And even then, Vilgax was only beaten because Max set his ship to self-destruct.
Yeah.
But yeah, bottom line, Secrets, good episode. Anyway, now that we've talked all about the Omnitrix, let's talk about the aliens themselves, and we'll start with number one in the lineup, Wildbutt, which Shout out to the artist.
Hold up. Because I do.
Yeah.
Oh. Damien S.
Damien S. for this nice artwork we have here of Wildman. Love how furry he makes him. It's not really a deal to they properly capture with the original animation style.
No, not really.
It looks more scaly at times than furry.
Yeah.
He does.
Anyway.
It's mostly like the little feelers on the back of his head.
Yeah. That's definitely it. So, Wildmutt's powers are he's basically a big hulking beast. But the thing is, he has no eyes, and one must be wondering, wait, if he has eyes, how can he see? The answer is the answer is simple, my dear children. Friend, smell. The fucker basically has Lee has daredevil powers. The fucker is able to use his sense of smell to actually echolocate his foes.
Yeah.
Which also explains which they outright explain why in side effects Wildmutt is blind, because he needs to scent the smell.
He does, yeah.
Wildmutt is all right, but there are better aliens, honestly. The reason why Wildmutt's so memorable is his design. Fine. There are plenty of other creatures that have used his gimmick before.
Actually, guys, I'm getting really tired. And since we're halfway done, I think I'm going to head out. I'll make the description.
All right.
Tomorrow. Don't worry.
See you, Flutter.
See you guys.
All right.
All right. So, yeah, I think Wildmutt's all right, but again, his song and dance is something that's been seen in sci-fi aliens before. Or it's the design that really makes him the most memorable. Well, what do you all think?
I do like his when you do actually get to see what Ben gets to see. It feels like the Predator goggles kind of like thing.
Yeah, I could see that.
It's actually really cool.
It's actually really
Yeah.
But like you said, his powers are kind of just really good agility, and that's about it.
Yeah, he doesn't fire any like needles from his fur or anything.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, it's just higher normal strength, really high agility, and the entire sensing thing. He's the scout of the if this was put into like an actual full on group, Wildmutt's the scout.
I mean, you're talking to.
yeah, that is pretty accurate. Let's move on to number 2 of the aliens forearms. And this is done by the artist Benjamin Hun on Instagram. Now, this is another case where well, yes, his powers are pretty basic, just super strength and all that shit. It's the design that really carries it, it makes it so iconic.
Mm-hmm.
It basically seems like what would happen if you made Goro a superhero.
Yeah. Not
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, basically this is what would
Of
happen
course.
if you mix Machamp and Goro.
Again, not
Yeah.
sure.
Anyway, wait. Plus he has a very vibrant color. The red really makes the clothes
Mm-hmm.
really helps highlight the clothes clothes, which I always like the fact that all of them have this sort of unique way of, well, dressing. And
Mhm.
like Wildman has a shoulder pad, a single shoulder pad, and Forearms has has this T-shirt with herd and pants combo with fingerless gloves with the Omnitrix on one of his shoulders. Or maybe it'd be more safe to say it's on one of his arms.
Yeah, it's on his upper right.
Right.
No, left.
No, upper right. I was right. It's here.
Yes, it's right. Yes. It is up. It is upper right. Anyway, but again, Forearms is all right, but again, it's a design that really carries it. Then we have Gray Matter.
Your little brain.
This is definitely where we start to get to some of the better aliens, because Gray Matter is a very unique sort of alien, not only in terms of power, but also design. The idea of a intelligent frog-like creature, but is so tiny.
Mm-hmm.
Which let me see if I can find the artist for this. Okay.
Yeah, for those of you that are wondering how small, about anywhere between 6 inches to 12 inches. He's probably the size of your standard size action figure.
He's basically pocket size.
Yeah, more or less.
Now, this artwork is done by the artist is David W. Fisher on DeviantArt. I really like how this looks.
Yeah, it really shows off the intelligence of the character. He's going to tell you a bunch of stuff. And are you going to understand a single lick of it? Probably not, because it's all scientific mumbo jumbo.
I mean, to be fair, of course it's scientific mumbo jumbo, because it is I am Sim!
Yeah, yes.
Yes, people. Gray Matter is voiced by Richard Horvitz. And it's awesome.
Actually, no, I got it by once.
Billy.
Are you fucking filming me?
Are you fucking filming us
Who are
right
you?
now?
Who are you? Who are you? Who are you?
I am.
Who are you?
You won't get a what? You won't get a what?
Oh my god.
No, those Invader Zim quotes.
Anyway. Gray Matter is one of the more memorable aliens, not only in terms of power, but also design. Now then, on to another alien who honestly gets by with looks alone. It's Accelerate. Right.
Yeah.
And this is done by the artist. Let me see here. Daff Duff Art on Instagram. Ram. I really like how he basically emphasizes Accelerate speed. Which,
especially that streak behind him.
Yeah, that's Accelerate's gimmick. Super speed. And yes,
that's it.
And yes, I'm fully aware that this is a very cliche power, but first of all one, it kind of was something that Ben needs, given he's a superhero.
Yep.
Bro. And two, doing this most importantly of all, Accelerate gets by because he looks fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, he looks like a fucking velociraptor. With a cool astronaut helmet. That's awesome. No, wait.
Yeah.
A race car helmet.
Yep.
I mean, the pun is pretty much within itself.
Yeah, and it's yeah, and for the record, it's basically spelled XLR8.
Get it?
Get it? Like accelerate.
You're not.
Anyway, but yeah, accelerate gets by with being a super speed alien that has a really cool design.
Of course, we get to meet another one of his species,
What?
an alien force.
Yes. Anyway, let's move on to, I believe this is number 4.
Yeah.
Was it number 4 or was it number 5?
Let's see. Walmart's 1. Forums is 2. 3 was gray matter.
Wait, this is 5.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go.
All right. Yeah. Now we've got upgrade. And once again, shout out to the artist Daft Huff. Yes, people, his art's so good we're using it twice. Anyway, upgrade is a very fascinating sort of alien due to the fact that he can basically possess technology. He has a very gelatinous sort of appearance. It's due to the fact that he can basically sort of change the shape of his body in certain instances, and also can fire a very cool laser beam from his eye.
Yep.
It's great. One thing I always appreciated about Ben 10 is they always showed how versatile Upgrade could be as an alien. Yeah. Granted, the stuff that he could basically create when possessing technology sometimes made no fucking sense, but hey, it looked cool.
Like, say, I don't know, like an entire, like, kind of sort of battle suit with another teenage superhero, which we'll get to later.
I was gonna say turning into like some sort of weird baseball shooting drone in Last Laugh.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Now then, let's move on to the next one. One of the, well, let's not even tiptoe around it. One of the goats of Ben's and Alien Gallery, Diamond Head.
Diamond Head.
And before we go any further, we would be remiss to not to mention the fact that Wildvine, Accelerate, and Diamond Head were voiced by the late great Jim Ward, who sadly passed away a few months ago.
Yeah, to my fellow Ratchet and Clank fans, I know you're paying my brothers.
Anyway, moving on from that, Diamond Head he's just fucking awesome. And also, shout out to the artist, Lugier for making the artwork. Love the realistic sort of takey look on for Diamond Head, but still made him look similar enough to his original series design.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I always appreciate with artists is when they basically show us the fact that Diamond Head is translucent, and which fortunately the series is incapable of doing.
Work with what you got.
Yeah, but still though. Anyway, but yeah. Yeah, Diamond Head is just awesome because he can make crystal constructs from rocks out of diamonds. He can basically turn his limbs into blades. He can turn them into basically pin needle shooters, and he can create giant crystal structures.
Yep.
years. Once again, he is one of Ben's more versatile aliens, due to the fact that not only is he like very effective in terms of a powerhouse character, but due to all the capabilities he has, he can technically be qualified as a more strategic kind of character, kind of alien, due to the fact that he could do so much with his crystal structures.
Mm-hmm.
And let's be fair here, Diamond Head's one of the most iconic aliens in the franchise.
Yep.
So much so that when he later appeared in Ben 10 and Alien Force Season 2, his return was shown as such a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, Diamond Head's always been one of my absolute favorites. I just love this guy. I honestly, if I was allowed to turn to one Ben 10 alien, it would be him.
For me, besides the one he gets like later, I would have to go with Heat Blast.
Oh, see, there's a problem there. How would you do your everyday shit, though?
Trick up.
I mean, there does seem to be at least a bit of control with the fire. You just have to be very self-conscious about it at all times. Take for instance the first episode of where he shows up. Ben wasn't self-conscious about what the alien was doing and set the whole entire forest on fire.
And somewhere Smokey the Bear is fucking pissed as hell.
Yeah, he's about to make whoever made that fire their life quite unbearable.
Boo!
Only you can prevent unfunny puns.
My ass in the ground! What am I gonna do? When I find you, I'm gonna. Ooh.
Anyway, okay, moving on to number 7, Ripjaws, who, oh boy, this is probably one of the most situational aliens of the bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he needs water no matter what.
Yeah.
He's literally a fish out of water.
Literally,
The only thing that he is.
Literally a fish out of water.
The only thing that he has going outside of just being the best swimmer of the entire repertoire of aliens is the jaw. And that's it. He bites things good.
Anyway, so this art was done by Gustavo Lucas on ArtStation. And one of the more interesting things with Ripjaws is the fact that he can basically get like a merperson tail whenever he jumps in the water.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool, at least. But yeah, Ripjaws is a very situational villain, and it's understandable why later he would basically be ridden. He would be slowly I'm sorry. Why he a very situational alien, because unfortunately, unless the situation calls for a good swimmer, Ripjaws is useless.
Unfortunately, he's the Super Friends Aquaman of the team.
Oh my god, he is!
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, notice I said Super Friends Aquaman.
We can use whales! Whales!
Someone, get him out of here.
But the whales!
Somewhere later on, I did it, Vilgax. I beat all the people in the ocean and their whales.
Oh!
Anyway.
Look what he did to the blood ocean. What's wrong with it? It used to be water.
Oh, that's good. That's really good.
But yeah, actually, between Ripjaws and Super Friends Aquaman, Ripjaws is actually worse.
Oh God, you're right. Aquaman actually can survive outside of water for way longer.
and communicate with fish, which Ripjaws cannot do.
Nope.
No, he cannot.
Now that was just sad.
It's sad when
Oh.
you make Super Friends Aquaman look competent.
It
Oh.
really is.
Yeah.
Anywho, let's move on to a far more effective alien from Ben's repertoire. Let's talk Stinkfly. Like, this one actually not only is a lot more unique due to the fact that he's more than just, the ability to fly, but also for the sticky goo he could spew out of his eyes and mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And the ability to stick to sheer surfaces too, because he is, in fact, a bug.
Also, there's the cool bladed tail that he has, which is awesome.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about the scorpion tail that he's got.
I don't really think.
I don't think he uses it that often.
Would you qualify it as
No.
a scorpion tail though?
Not really.
Kinda?
It's more. I can it towards like being like a wasp.
Yeah, you know what? That would make
You
more
know,
sense.
yeah,
Or
yeah.
sense.
Yeah, that
or
marks-
sense.
Yeah.
Also, much like most bugs, the fucker cannot swim if his wings are wet.
Fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, fly if
Because
his
Most
wings
flies
are wet.
can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, but still though, shout out to the artist, Masitico. On Instagram and Twitter. All right. Okay. Hey, but now we move on to another goat from Ben's and Aliens, the one and only Hate Blast.
Yep.
This guy is just awesome. And shout out to the artist Morik Madares.
I said it before in pre-post. I can probably see this.
Yeah.
Morik Miranda Rez. Miranda Rez.
Madaras. Anyway, but yeah, shout out to him for this really cool art piece of Heat last year that we're using. Really, really cool looking. Now, okay, first of all, yes, Heat Blast is a one-trick pony. Oh,
Plus, he gets better in Alien Force.
but, well, I mean, fire's just awesome.
Yeah.
Plus, he's got a flaming skull head, and automatically gives him bonus points. Plus, it's shown later that they can do more than just create fire. The fucker can actually create sort of sleds across the sky by using pieces of debris.
Yeah. Excuse me.
You're excused.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but I've always thought that Heat Blast just looked fucking cool.
And also
Cool.
doesn't help the fact that
Wait.
Steve Bloom also voices him.
Wait, hold on. I just realized we missed an alien.
Who do we miss?
Oops.
How did I forget? That's you.
Let me guess. Ghost Freak?
Yes, we forgot Ghost Freak.
Oops.
Whoops.
Oops.
Not to
Yeah,
worry.
Mr.
He probably just
Make-
blended through because he was like hiding invisible in plain sight.
Yeah.
No. He was pulling a
Yeah.
John Cena.
We can't see him.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also
I mean,
known
Peacemaker.
as Ghost Freak is also known as Mister, make sure that you're wearing the brown pants.
Yeah. Anyway, let me quickly fast forward through the slides. Blah 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 blah. There we are. All right. Now we found him. And this is done by the artist Harris his Alien A? I think that's how it's pronounced. Anyway, but this is
Yeah.
this is a really cool art piece that shows Ghost Freak showing off his like tentacles inside, which is like really fucking freaky. Let's be fair here. What makes Ghost Freak memorable isn't his role as one of Ben's aliens. It's his role later. Without getting into too much detail. Let's not even tiptoe around it.
Yeah. I mean, especially when you watch that episode he first shows up, he pulled that kind of shit on Zambozo.
You want to see something really scary?
Let's do the thumb trick.
Oh, scary. No, no, that's impossible. God.
Anyway,
Now I'm imagining Ghost Freak and Dark Evil Raven getting along with some tea.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yes.
anyway, real quick, back to Heat Blast. Heat Blast is just awesome, plain and simple.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so now we've gone over the aliens. Let's discuss season season one as a whole, which I am now realizing that I did not ask Flutter to find the art source for this. KR, please help me.
Help me, KR Obi-Wan. You're my only hope.
Let's see.
Which, first of all,
Oh, my knuckles.
I really do like how this shows off not only all of Ben's aliens, but also how it shows Gwen and Max over in the corner.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I were to describe season one in a word, it would be flawed. It has a few bumps in the road. There are a few good episodes, but there's an equal amount of weak and there's even one downright bad. And this series really was still trying to find its identity in season one, and you can really tell at times.
Mm-hmm.
Though the thing is, if you really do want to get into a series, you have to stick through for all of the episodes, unfortunately, for season one at least. Like, I know that this is a lot to deal with, but stick through it, and you will be rewarded with a lot of good episodes, of which we've already mentioned. And okay, is there an artist signature?
Oh,
You found it?
I did see something, though I am trying to look for like confirmation.
Okay. Looks like it's done by the artist I tries art.
Airy Slayer True. Though I did type it again on Google search, and it seems they ended up doing a brand renaming.
Oh, what are they called now?
Earth Does Arts.
Simple enough.
At least I'm assuming this is supposedly the same person.
Fair enough. Anyway,
Let's It's
But yeah, so let's move on from season 1 and dive straight into season 2. Season 2 sadly does not really have much of an ongoing arc per se. There's some continued stories in this. Yes, but doesn't really qualify as an ongoing story arc, unlike season 1. This one is a little bit all over the place, but thankfully, this season has a lot stronger writing compared to season 1. I feel that season 2 is where they really start to get into their find their identity and get into their stride. And speaking of, let's talk about the season premiere with Truth, which I do love the fact that the final episode from season 1 was called Secrets, and the first episode of season 2 is called Truth. Cute. This honestly is a pretty good follow-up, and it explains what the deal with Max is. See, here's the thing. Plumbers are, well, they're pretty much the MIB.
here come the men in black.
Galaxy
And the
Defenders.
MIBs.
And then Will Smith ends up saying, "Keep my organization's name out your fucking mouth." What, nothing?
I understood the reference.
Anyway, all right. So we basically learn that Grandpa Max actually did fight Vilgax a few times as a plumber, and at one point thought that he had seen the last of him. And well, we all know that was bullshit. So in this episode, we learn about Grandpa Max's old partner, Phil Billings, voiced by the T-1000. No, we're not kidding. No, we're not kidding here, folks. Oh, he's voiced by fucking Robert Patrick himself. And it's awesome. Sadly, it's the only time he voices Bill, but hey, what are you gonna do? Phil, but hey, what are you gonna do? We actually get the introduction of a device that was used by the plumbers a lot back in the day, the null void projector. Think of it like the Phantom Zone. They sent all the harshest criminals to there, and unless someone opens up the portal from the other side, they got no way of getting out. Phil initially used the null void projector to try and basically gain fame and fortune, and even took a liking to Ben. And once he found out that he had the Omnitrix, but of course Grandpa Max realized that what he was doing is wrong, tried to stop him, and the episode ends with Phil getting sent to the null void, where he unfortunately would not follow up on this until fucking in Omniverse.
Mm-hmm. Also, while I couldn't find the link, I found something better.
Huh?
A full-on video on how he did it.
Really? Wow. Oh, that's amazing. Wow. But
I recommend checking this video out, because the process of how this artist went through drawing every character, worth looking into.
also, bonus points for the fact that he had Ghost Freak in his transparent form when he did that. Nice touch. That's much. I always thought that Ghost Freak looked cool when he went transparent, with the fact that the only thing that was really visible was his pink eye.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, Truth is a decent first starter episode, though I will say it's not it's not nearly as good as Secrets was. But then again, it's supposed to be, and Secrets was a hard act to follow. So we'll allow it. Now let's talk about our 2 introductory episodes. The first is actually the next episode, The Big Tick. We get a bunch of weird aliens that basically bring a giant tick to the planet that basically tries to suck the planet dry. But the more significant in detail about this is the fact that we get to the introduction of a new alien. The first new alien that Ben gets, Cannonbolt. We'll talk more about him later.
Though there was one way they could have stopped the big tick.
Spoon!
There you go.
You really think you set it up perfectly for me, KR. Thank you. We said he said there was no way to stop the big tick, and I shouted, "Spoon!"
Oh yeah, you cut out on my side, so I didn't hear that part.
Yeah. Anyway, now there is one episode that we're basically not really going to talk about because it's just okay. The Galactic Enforcers. It's just okay. Like, nothing really weak or anything bad. Just okay. It's not like a good episode or anything. It's a decent sort of parody of superheroes, but again, it's just meh. Anyway. Wait. On to the other introductory episode, Camp Fear. And yes, people, that is supposed to be a reference to the film Cape Fear. This gave us the introduction to another brand new alien of Ben's, Wildvine. Who, again, we'll talk about more later. This is basically about like a weird alien fungus that tries to take over the world, and Ben manages to get a brand new alien to help him stop it. It's this episode and The Big Tick that really start to pioneer that sort of form of storytelling when it comes to Ben getting new aliens, which thankfully this wouldn't be and become too common of a trope. Would it be repeated at times? Yes, but thankfully not too often. Anywho, speaking of, let's talk about some of the weaker episodes. And the first one is The Ultimate Weapon. And this is honestly a pretty boring episode. It's got a very Indiana Jones style-esque tone to it. It's the second episode that features the Forever Knights, and Max just comes off as a massive asshole in this episode. So, like, of all things to get stressed out about, this ancient Mayan weapon, really? This is the thing that winds you up into a tizzy.
I mean, at first they're really hyping it up, trying to make sure that it's like not a really bad thing to at least try to prevent from getting into the wrong hands. But time is funny sometimes.
Yeah, because spoilers, the ultimate weapon is a piece of junk.
Well, it turns into a piece of junk.
Yeah. Because it is
over time.
Because it was eons old. This fucking thing eventually degraded into dust. Which, on one hand, and that's a great sort of bait and switch. On the other hand, wow, thanks for wasting our time, guys.
Yep.
But it was really suspenseful up to the point. It was just like, oh my god, the bad guys got the thing. They shouldn't have gotten the thing, and then it turns to dust. No,
And it's gone.
If anything, it's I would kind of like Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's supposed to be this really, really immense, powerful thing, and it ends up backfiring on everybody.
I can kind of see
Yeah.
it. Though for a second episode that gives us a proper introduction to the Forever Knights outside of just being alien kidnappers, it's a pretty weak sort of demonstration of them since they more come off as thugs than anything else.
Yeah.
Also, how the hell did Enoch survive this shit? He comes back later somehow.
Mm.
Like an entire fucking temple fell on top of the bastard.
Must be really tough armor.
I got better.
Or it's just a title. It's a different guy altogether.
No, it's definitely the same guy.
Huh. Never mind.
Anyway, yeah. On to the second week episode, which is They Lurk Below. This is a very generic sort of creatures from the deep sort of thing. You've seen it in sci-fi and horror all the time. The monsters from down below that you were never meant to see. And now they want to kill you. Blah 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 blah. Blah blah. It is a very generic episode, and honestly, it doesn't really have any plot significance at all because nothing about this is ever mentioned again.
Nope. And they were never mentioned again.
We hope you enjoyed No Moral Theater. Anyway. Now then, we've discussed the week episode. Oh, it's time to discuss the bad one. And ironically enough, this one also features Gwen. Gwen 10.
Yeah.
Oh
It
boy.
really sucks because Gwen as a character isn't as bad.
Here-
She just gets the unfortunate episodes of like a
Yeah.
lot of bad executions.
Yeah, so, okay, let's talk about this episode. This is a what-if episode. An episode basically exploring the idea of what would happen if Gwen basically found the watch instead of Ben. And
Which in and of itself isn't a bad idea.
the only...
But there is one thing that hurts it.
So, there's two things that hurt it. Number one, Ben, for some reason, remembers how things originally are supposed to play out.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense whatsoever, since they treat it as some sort of big plot point, when it amounts to a nothing burger.
Yep.
And then there is the second problem with this episode. Number 2. Not much, if at all, changes is with Gwen using the Omnitrix.
Yeah.
Like it.
I mean, it's one of those things of the more things change, the more they stay the same.
Agreed.
It feels like a glorified. It feels like a glorified clip show episode because the shit that Gwen does with the Omnitrix is the same shit that Ben does. Look, I get they're cousins, but given that Gwen is supposed to be the smarter one, you'd think she would use different aliens.
Mm-hmm.
And also,
She
and
also
also-
doesn't know.
well, yeah, but still, though, you get my point.
One more.
Oh, and also another, thing. For some reason, in this timeline, Vilgax didn't get as damaged and shows up way earlier in his lamer pre-bulky design. And then at the end, for some reason,
Yeah.
Max gets the watch. What?
Yeah.
I mean, Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand what happened there. And no, I'm gonna say that for later. I'm gonna say that for way later.
Yeah, but people, we tried to watch this episode from start to end, but the writing with this is so bad and so pretentious. We could not get through the first 5 minutes.
It felt more like a fanfic than an
It
episode,
really
huh?
did.
Yeah.
Mainly with Ben being like, "What's going on?" And because there's no resolution to why Ben knows,
Ooh.
it just feels like a big lip
KR,
out.
KR, you are
Cylon,
Cyloning. You are
Cyloning.
Cyloning terribly.
Replace your
Disconnect,
KR with a robot.
disconnect and reconnect.
You replace your KR with a robot. Let's see if they notice.
We've secretly replaced KR36 with a X with a glitching in Cylon. Let's see if they notice.
Beep boop.
Yeah.
You
There we
good?
go.
That's better.
Say rubber
Yeah,
baby.
because
Say rubber baby buggy bumpers.
Rubber baby buggy bumpers. But I will say,
Close
as I
enough.
was saying, I do think the issue of Ben knowing everything but never really resolving why really hurts the episode.
It really does. Like, look, is this supposed to be a what if episode? Ben should be as oblivious to this shit as Gwen is. Yes.
Yeah.
Why does he remember this crap? Like, you're
'Cause
expecting
there's no resolution.
like
And
you're expecting
the
some
sad part is that the idea of this could have worked.
it really could have.
Like, I don't know, maybe have this appear on April
Yeah, that
first.
could
Like,
worked.
maybe you think it's gonna be a normal Ben 10 episode, and then he's about to bring out the watch, and then suddenly Gwen just has it.
Yeah.
And also
Then you
now,
play the Ben 10 theme, but instead of Ben, it's Gwen.
Yeah.
and he's not wanting.
I think they could have like
Again?
leaned into it just for humor. I think that would have been funny. Also,
It's a little tricky.
also the Gwen versions of of Ben's aliens are pretty lame looking. Like the only one that really is somewhat significant in terms of a different design is Diamond Head. And that's because it has not only a slimmer design, but it doesn't have the crystals on his back. But yeah,
Thank you for reminding me of that.
but yeah, this is a pretty. And the worst part is when it comes to this episode, you can skip it.
Yeah, it's not required.
There is literally nothing.
Skip it.
Like, and I know what some people are going to say, but hey, hold on, don't you need to see this? It's because Gwen shows up later in the series, or in later series as an alternate version. You're absolutely right, but that doesn't mean we have to watch it.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it all it says it right there in the multiverse thing. It's Gwen if she had the Omnitrix. It's all you really need to know. It's Kid Gwen with the Omnitrix.
Plus,
Which actually was going to get to a point where I was going to say earlier, but I thought, yeah, I can wait for later. Well, I guess we'll also bring it now. Why didn't we get to see the alternate universe? Why didn't we get to see Grandpa Max with the Omnitrix in that group up?
yeah, that's a very good
You know?
question.
Mm-hmm. Because I guess Max 10 couldn't really be trademarked.
Probably,
Yeah.
yeah. Also, one thing I honestly kind of like the later versions of this variant of Gwen did, the fact that all of her aliens had pink eyes.
Yeah.
It was a very distinct sort of uniform sort of touch that really made all of her version of the alien stand out. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
now on to let's talk about how some of the good episodes from this shit. Yeah, and we got quite a few good ones. once. A lot more compared to season and one at that. And let me quickly let me find the artist for this piece, and also let me show this to Frozen real quick. Check this shit out.
Oh right, pretty much the return of Kevin saga.
Yes, this is the episode Framed. This basically follows up on what happens at the end of Kevin's debut episode. Basically, when he absorbed part of Ben's heart of the Omnitrix, it basically let him constantly it let him also change into Ben's aliens.
But he can only turn into himself for a short amount of time. Kind of, again, another opposite parallel to Ben, who can only be in alien form for a little time. Huh?
The antithesis.
Thank you. I didn't know that there was an actual word for it. Thank you.
But yeah.
That's
So
that's
this
how we
is
got the term anti.
Yeah, this is done by the artist, Dejahova. Dejavana, I think? Yeah, Dejavana. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, like, oh, Lord have mercy.
Anyway, okay. Yeah, okay. Dejavana. I really love how this shot is angled. Oh, how Kevin looks tall and imposing. And also, let's not even kid around here. Kevin's hybrid form is one of the most badass things from Ben 10.
Yes. The first one, at least.
Yeah, the first one, of course. I absolutely adore this design. Then again, I've always been a fan of all sorts of the idea of villains that basically are amalgamations of heroes' powers. I've always been a fan of characters like Super Skrull and the like, so maybe that's why I have such a soft spot for Kevin.
Even composite Batman? Or Superman? Composite Superman?
Let's not go that far.
Okay.
Sometimes good concepts can be badly executed.
Yes. But yeah. Basically the thing is, thanks to Kevin basically having the ability to turn to Ben's aliens, Kevin has been on a massive worldwide crime spree, using Ben's aliens to basically tarnish his good name. Aim. And it unfortunately ends with Kevin getting his hybrid form due to absorbing so much power from the watch. And of course, he blames Ben for it because he's an idiot.
Can't take accountability.
Yeah. I'm quite familiar with that.
Anyway, but this is a great sort of reintroduction to Kevin, and also establishes a new status quo for him. The idea that he's not just a kid with superpowers anymore. Now he's an amalgamation of his aliens' abilities.
Yeah. The downside is, yes, it is an amalgamation of all of Ben's creatures, aliens, but it's only at 10th the power. Ha ha.
Wait, hold on.
Or rather, in the words of Lord Voldemort, Anyway, but let's talk about the follow-up episode to this. Yes, this is a grudge match. This is basically what I like to call the war world from Justice League done right. And let me show off this beautiful art piece, which is done by the artist Tony E. Cromo on ArtStation. And which let me quickly show off this. This is probably one of the coolest art pieces of the bunch. Where are you? There you are. Right there. Check this out, Frozen. Frozen?
Huh?
Do you
Alright,
see
there you go.
see the artwork that I posted?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's great. And you can even see Ben in the background face palming like, dude, this is cringe. Oh, this is cringe. But it looks
Dude,
so
we're
cool.
awesome.
It looks so badass. I love the detail with the fact that he made Diamond Head's arm transparent. Once again, good reminder of the fact that Diamond Head is crystal-like. Anyway, grudge match basically involves Evan and Ben getting beamed to a spaceship and basically forced to fight for gladiatorial combat for the amusement of an alien called Slick something? Hang on, let me check here.
But now there's just
Oh yeah, right.
Speaking of Diamond Head.
Right. Slick's Vigma. Who is a pretty boring villain, but
No one as epic as the one that another alien that would take our heroes hostage. Isn't that right? Alien voiced by Bruce Campbell and Mega XLR.
send in everyone.
Everyone?
everyone.
No. The line is which one?
Which one?
One.
Everyone! I love that.
Yeah, yeah, cut it again, but still.
Oh, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's still good.
yeah. Anyway, but yeah. But yeah, the one thing that is interesting is the fact that this episode is also a rival team up due to the fact that that Kevin and Ben are basically chained together and have to work together to get out of this arena. Hell, Ben actually teaches Kevin how to properly utilize the alien powers that he has. So this later comes back to bite him.
Yeah, like what was one of the combinations they said? Accelerate speed, Diamond Head,
Diamond Head
endurance,
and forearm strength.
What was it? One heck of a punch?
One mean punch.
One mean punch.
Yeah, and also Rip Jaws, and also Stingfly spit with Heat Blast flames.
Yeah, because who knew that Think by the Goop was also explosive?
I certainly didn't. Anyway, but yeah, the episode ends with Ben, of course, getting all of the alien prisoners out of there, along with an alien called Technorg, who sadly we would not see again after this episode, and from what we can likely gather, likely was killed by Kevin off screen.
Yeah, probably.
But Ben is actually able to beat Kevin by using Cannonball ult against him, an alien that he did not absorb at the time. Also, one thing I will tell you, folks, if you basically want to get your hands on the hybrid Kevin 11 figure from the classic Ben 10 line, don't! Now, I know what you're saying. Now, and I'll tell you exactly why. Okay. How many of you folks are aware of the danger of translucent plastic?
Oh, right.
The pegs that the arms go onto for the mix and match gimmick are all translucent plastic. I have lost 2 Kevin 11 figures because of this bullshit. you're better off getting a custom-made figure or wait until they eventually make a properly really articulated figure of this bastard. If they ever do. Hopefully. Anyway, still, good episode. A good follow-up to Framed, too. Honestly, the thing is, it's better if you watch these episodes back-to-back. Since it's a great sort of immediate follow-up.
Yeah, because unfortunately, the episode that is in between it is that Gwen 10 What If.
Yes. Another reason why you should skip it. Skip it.
Yeah.
Skip it. Also, less said about...
Should we turn that into a button?
Nah.
Later.
Also, the less said about how to reboot Kevin, the better.
What reboot, Kevin? There's only been the first Alien Force, Ultimate Alien, Omniverse.
Right, you are. Anyway, on to the actually immediately after episode. Another episode that followed after one we just discussed. This is the episode Ghost Freaked Out. Which, let me find the artist for this. Here. This is done by the Instagram artist. By Ibrium? I don't know how to pronounce that, but yeah, let me quickly show this to you, Frozen. This is a really, really cool one. It's basically a faux comic book cover.
Yeah, oh yeah, that is. If Ben 10 didn't really succeed too much as a TV show, I would have gladly accepted it as a comic book series.
Well, it is actually coming back as a comic book series.
Yeah, 10 years later. Yeah, I know about it.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah. Or is this something else?
This isn't the same one. This is just fan art.
Okay.
But still, though, really great artwork. I love how it looks like that. I know it's a parody of a different comic book cover, which let me actually quickly check which one that was.
It almost looks like an episode, like a title card for
Okay,
for Dave's episode.
Ironic, considering 5 years later.
I can't figure out which one this is this is parodying. I can't tell for the life of me. Sorry, but anyway, but yeah, Ghost Freaked Out. This is where we get to learn more about Ghost Freak. So here's the deal, folks. One of the recurring things with Ghost Freaks throughout the episodes he appeared in is that Ben has felt weirded out after he basically changes back from Ghost Freak. Hell, there's a moment where Ghost Freak says something very intimidating to Crab in the episode Hunted. You have no idea who you're dealing with. So this all kicks off when Ben has a nightmare. And you know it's a dream because at one point, Ben tries to help a kid out of a tree, and then his voice starts to come out of wild mud. Wait, what?
Yep.
Okay then. All right. Anyway, but yeah. In the dream, he is haunted by Ghost Freak, who basically tells him that he wants to get out. At the same time, in this episode, Gwen is applying to a sort of snooty private school that the circus freaks are trying to rob. When Ben basically tries to transform to fight the circus freaks, the watch, weirdly enough, has him change into Ghost Freak, even though he didn't pick Ghost Freak at all. But then there's the even weirder thing. When Ghost Freak starts to fight the circus freaks, he starts acting different. A lot more bloodthirsty and violent. And when Gwen basically confronts him, he basically says, and I quote, "Ben's not here." Boo!
There is no Ben, only Ghost Freak.
Which, yes, people, that's what we're going to be continuing to call him, because his actual canon name is fucking stupid. Seriously, this scare?
Yeah, no, it's Ghost Freak. Yeah,
We
We
talked
did
about this
end
last
up-
night, and we thought that another cool name that he could have gone by is Rathos instead.
Yeah, because I did look up other names for spirits and ghosts, and I mentioned Wraith, and that just kind of clicked.
Yeah. Ahem.
Because Wraith can also sound like
mean-
Wrath.
yeah. Oh yeah,
Sort of.
I mean, throwing my hat into the ring here.
Okay.
The Fright.
The Fright.
You know, that could actually work.
That's not a bad. That's not a
Because
bad.
considering that
that's
he
not bad.
did scare Saboza to death again.
Anyway, but
like a fucking balloon.
yeah, that will never not be funny. Anyway,
Mhm.
so the time runs out on the Omnitrix, and Ben turns back to normal, only to see Ghost Freak behind him. And this is where we learn the big twist.
What a twist!
Ghost Freak's alien species, ectoneurites, yeah, they're a bit different compared to other alien species. Essentially, even a single piece of DNA from them can basically contain their very consciousness. Hence why when Ghost Freak's sample was collected, he basically was carried along for the ride.
Yeah, but you could even say that the DNA itself is haunted.
Holy shit, you're right. You literally can.
Yeah?
Mhm.
Because every time that Ben was able to get Ghost Freak back, it still went bad afterwards.
Yeah.
It's like it's just a haunted DNA. You
Until-
can't use it.
Until Omniverse decided, nah, we're just gonna change that rule. Instead, give him stupid chains on his body like he's fucking Jacob of Marley.
Or
Or Marley and Marley.
Yes!
Whoa.
Okay, that was good. That was
Okay.
that,
Then he also redid it. And did he turn like to more like a Grim Reaper looking thing?
yes, and also, his head was turned right side up. And apparently this was at the behest of Derek J. White, who never liked the upside-down head thing for Ghost Freak. Which, okay, let's quickly talk about Ghost Freak's sort of unmasked design. This thing is fucking awesome!
let me see if I can
Like,
find.
this is grotesque and horrifying. Tentacles out of the chest, as claws on his hands, claws for hands, and this weird
Yeah.
sort of muscular body underneath. It's just horrifying and awesome.
You know, if anything, this kind of looks like a more decrepit version of Beetlejuice stuff.
I could see that. Yeah.
It's the tentacles.
I can
It's the
definitely
tentacles.
see.
Oh, you want
wait,
to see?
Oh, you want to see something
Look at
scary?
this.
Some...
You like it?
Oh my God!
Like
Oh,
it?
wait! Hold on. Is it possible the tentacles might actually be a Beetlejuice reference?
They
I
might
believe
be.
that was the intent.
Let me look it up real quick.
That might be the case because I remember Beetlejuice revealed the tentacles by basically opening his chest up. Which is exactly what
Let's
Ghost
see.
Freak did to reveal his tentacles before his unmasked form.
Let's see.
Which, by the way, I love the reveal of it, where he basically just tears off the outer coating and reveals this grotesque, monstrous form. And once again, we have the man himself, Steve Bloom, voicing him. And the best part I love about Ghost Freak is that weird cobra rolling of the S's that he has, like he's a snake.
Looks like not.
I highly doubt that. It's way too much of a coincidence.
Yeah.
Maybe it was an unspoken thing among the crew, like Rue. I mean, hell, let's even think about it. He's literally a ghost, and Beetlejuice is called
The ghost with the most.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So Ghost Freak reveals that essentially his plan is to basically possess Ben and take control of the Omnitrix so he can basically become whole once more. Problem is, though, he can't stand sunlight.
Yeah. Wait. Can't say it. Oh my God. He's a Fuck. The winged robots from Murder Drones.
Disassembly drones?
Thank you.
No. That's just a normal Twitter user. They don't want to take grass.
Anyway, okay. So let's actually talk about something really fucking cool and terrifying about this episode. And that's when Ghost Freak starts possessing people. Because so here's the deal. Ghost Freak can move out in the sunlight, but the thing is, he has to possess a human host. At first, he just possesses a band geek, and also he get the school, and also some of the circus freaks who he basically coerces into helping him. And then he tries to control, and then he tries to possess Gwen, and that's what we get. And so here's the deal: when Ghost Freak possesses someone, it's kind of terrifying.
Yeah.
Let me
Especially when
let me put an image real quick.
So I remember
To
at
refresh
one
our
point,
memories.
Ah, damn it! Come on, seriously?
if you want, I can look for it.
Thank you. But yeah,
Gotcha.
I love how this looks. The sullen purple eyes, the black outer pupils, and the sort
There you go.
of black cracks in the eyes, as if the host itself cannot cannot legitimately adapt to the DNA of Ghost Freak. It's kind of horrifying and awesome.
Also, if I remember right, Ghost Freak even went as far as to reenact kind of a suicide idea.
Basically, he at one point took control of Gwen and basically said, and give yourself up to me, or your cousin's gonna take a dive.
Yeah.
Yeah, this show doesn't fuck around at times.
Hope she's a good swimmer.
Now, thankfully, at the end of it all, Ben managed to actually destroy Ghost Freak by exposing him to the sunlight after her prolonging a fight with him until him at night. But yeah, Ghost Freaked Out is definitely a good highlight episode from this season. And it brought a fascinating new detail to one of Ben's aliens. The fact that one of them could go bad and rogue. Hell, because of this shit later on in season 3 onwards, Ghost Freak's spot in the lineup in the opening would be replaced by Cannonbolt.
Mm-hmm. You could say that Ghost Freak was a rogue one.
I'll let you have that one. Anyway, now on to another episode, and unlike other Gwen-focused episodes, this one's actually good. This episode is known as Tough Luck. This basically features Gwen getting a magic stone that's basically the lost keystone that basically can be used to revive some of Hex's old charms. Which, spoilers, at the end of the Lucky Hero episode, Gwen destroyed. Which, another thing that's bad about that episode, it honestly feels like she doesn't learn anything from that episode, and more just decides she's bored being a superhero. Which, yeah, that's a great moral to kids. It's there, guys. Idiots. Anyway.
Yeah, I hit the blunder button for that.
No. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Anyway.
Fair enough.
So, this episode features the return of Hex, but also the debut of his niece, Charmcaster.
Yep.
And I need to figure out who did the artwork for this piece. KR, help me, please.
All right. Let me see.
Also, I know that this is technically a spoiler for season 3, but people, you have no idea how difficult it can be to find fan art for these episodes. Plus, it still features Gwen fighting Charmcaster, so you know what, fuck it, we'll allow it.
Yeah, it's close enough.
Yeah, close enough. Anyway.
Here we go.
So the artist
MCastars.
The artist is MCastars on Tumblr. Well, really appreciate the detail with this fan art.
Always credit your art. Always credit artists because they deserve a lot of work. Hashtag screw AI. FUAI.
Yes. So this episode is this episode is pretty much just everything we wanted the Lucky Girl episode to be. It's less about Gwen wanting glory. It's more about her wanting to help. And in the end, she still tries to fight Hex and Charmcaster, even without her powers. It doesn't go well, mind you, but hey, still pretty cool. Plus, Ben even imparts words of wisdom onto her. You don't have to have superpowers to be a superhero.
I mean, look at it. Look, and I might use a different animated character as example, but look at Izuku.
Izuku.
Yeah.
Another example I could think of that'll make us feel old.
Huh.
Anyone remember Up, Up, and Away?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Thank you for making me feel old, KR.
Anyway.
Heck, that movie's almost in its 30s.
Also, one thing I appreciate regarding Hex and Charmcaster is, while they are basically somewhat Ben 10 villains, they have their rivalry is more with Gwen than anyone else.
Yeah. Of course, point
which
straight.
is honestly pretty cool. Cool. Charmcaster would appear later on in the series and would appear in the sequel series. Reese Alien Force more grown up and now looking more like the Enchantress from Marvel.
And
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
And not only that, also, I don't know, try to sway Kevin.
Gwen did not like that.
No, she did not. She wanted to choke a bitch.
Anyway, now, but yeah, Tough Luck is just the luckier episode, but better. It actually develops Gwen as a character. It doesn't try and sideline Ben too much, and plus it actually gives Gwen a legitimate sort of rogues gallery when it comes to this. Since now she's made enemies of both Charmcaster and Hex. Now then, on to the next episode, Dr. Animo and the Mutant Ray. Which, once again, KR, please help me find the artist. T.N. Perkins, I believe is what it says in the watermark.
Oh, yeah. T.M. Perkins, DeviantArts.com.
Yeah, T.N. Perkins is the person who made this. So, shout out to them. Anyway, but this episode is the follow-up to up to, of course, Washington, B.C., and it also shows us something we never seen before by this point. Alien fusion. This in particular gave us three unique fusions. And Diamond Matter, which is, of course, Diamond Head and Gray Matter. Stink Arms, which is basically Stink flies wings and head on Forearm's body. And finally, he Jaws, which is basically he blast and rip Jaws. Probably the worst combination ever.
I mean, altogether, these combinations aren't that great because, well, with Diamond Matter, yes, he can be a sharp object, but he's so lightweight. He's practically just a hood ornament.
And then there's, of course, Stink Arms, who only has half the strength that Forearms has.
It doesn't really fly too high. It's more of a hover.
Yeah. But yeah, as the title suggests, we get follow-up on Dr. Animo. This is honestly where Animo starts to get more interesting as a villain, because now it's less about him being a mad scientist, but more of him showing interest in the experimental capabilities that the Omnitrix has. As well, spoilers, Ben basically takes off the faceplate of the watch, which causes the fusions to start happening, and unfortunately, Animo finds the faceplate and starts to make 8 new mutants, including a legitimately awesome heat blast bat mutant. And which can someone find and put an image of that in the venue?
I gotcha. No. There we go. May not be the best picture, but it'll do.
Okay. Yeah, that one. I always thought this stuff looked really fucking cool. I honestly
was.
I mean, it does next to nothing, but it just looks cool. Oh, I honestly kind of wanted a toy of this as a kid. Because, hey, what's cooler than a giant bat? A giant bat on fire!
You could say it's a hellbat.
I'll allow it. Anyway, also a significant thing with this episode is it would basically later give rise to a unique game slash activity for Ben 10, and the DNA lab. Long story short, a line of Ben 10 figures that basically they all came with cards had these sort of codes that you could put into a website into this game. You put 2 different aliens in there, and you get a fusion of both those aliens. Now, this didn't include all of the aliens because Ripjaws was left out of the fun. I'm trying to think who else was included in this. Let's see here. Game matters. Right. No, wait, he was included. Bottom line is not all the aliens made the cut. And if you're really interested in seeing what these fusions look like, they're available over on the wiki. Some of these fusions are pretty fascinating, especially the ones that feature Ghost Freak.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Anyway, now on to the final episode. We'll be discussing which is, of course, the season finale of Season 2, Back with a Vengeance. Ooh, and if you thought Season 1 season finale was good, oh baby, you ain't seen nothing yet. Yeah, Back with a Vengeance ups the ante and then some. Firstly, we follow what happened and at the end of grudge match with Kevin. Kevin is now taking control of the ship and supposedly the alien prisoners as well, even though I'm pretty sure that they were all released by that point. Whatever. It's not the point. But essentially the thing is, while out in space, Kevin has uncovered something interesting. Vilgax, frozen in ice, still alive. And why did he want to free him? Because he wants Vilgax to team up with him so they can take down Ben. Oh, and also this art is done by the art for this is done by the artist Obari.
Bash.
Also,
Right.
and I know what some of our viewers are going to be asking. Hey, how come you didn't use artwork of Kevin and Vilgax?
About that.
See, here's the thing. Hey, here, folks. While there's plenty of fan art of Vilgax and Kevin individually, I could not find any of them together.
Yeah.
Oh, sure, I could find one with him teaming up with the 3 of them teaming up with Ghost Freak, and of course several of Ben's and villains teaming up together. But in terms of artwork of just these 2, no way in hell. Seriously, I spent a full hour on Instagram, on Pinterest, on Google. Oh, I scoured the internet for any sign of any artwork I could find for it. I even stooped so low as to asking Google Gemini, but all it gave me were screenshots, not fan art. Yes, I was I was so desperate to try and find any semblance of fan art. I asked AI. That should tell you how desperate I was to find this artwork.
Ugh, that must have made that sounds. Just hearing that just made me feel dirty.
Right?
Mhm.
Anyway. Wait, moving on from
Feel
that, let's
better?
talk. Yes, actually, I do. Anyway, let's talk about this episode. Oh, in this episode, Ben actually unlocks something interesting in this episode. Master Control. What's Master Control? Basically, Ben can turn into any alien he wants
Just
anytime
like
he
things.
wants, without even needing to use the watch manually.
And he first found out when he said, "Whoa, how this doesn't lead to an upgrade?"
And
And
he
that's
turned
just
to
what-
upgrade.
Yep.
And the thing is, when he's with Master Control, no time limit. Yeah, that's one thing we haven't really mentioned regarding Ben. The watch actually has a drawback. He can only stay in alien form for 10 minutes, and then after that, there is a 10-minute cooldown cycle, or possibly longer, depending on if the writers decide Ben needs a handicap.
or try pimp in a death battle.
Let's not even mention that shit. All I'm going to say, regarding that shit, it is Ben should have won.
Yeah. Oops.
Anyway,
Shouldn't have kept my mouth shut on that.
Anyway, let's continue
Hey,
on with the
TV,
episode,
how about a rematch?
shall we?
Yeah, let's move on.
All right. So obviously, Kevin and Vilgax show up to Earth to basically double team Ben, but and naturally they kick his ass hard. Even with Master Control, Ben is still struggling to keep up with these two. Ew. That's when Grandpa Max reveals that he has a little bit of an ace up his sleeve. That being the null void projector. Yeah, remember that thing from back in Truth?
Yep. It's back.
Yeah, apparently, really, Max decided to bring it along with them just in case they would need it. Thus Max tries to use the null void projector to send and both Kevin and Vilgax to the null void. However, the thing is, at the time, Ben is still fighting them, and when Ben basically tries to continue the fight, Vilgax basically grabs his ass and drags him into the null void.
Basically, if I'm going down, I'm taking you with me, boy.
No. He's basically like, where do you think you're going?
Hey, little boy, you're going nowhere. I got you for 3 minutes.
Hey,
3
Kevin,
minutes of-
you're going nowhere. I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime.
Yeah, that was better.
Ding.
Anyway, so yeah, now Ben is stuck in the null void with Kevin and Vilgax. Grandpa suggests the idea of going in to help them, but Gwen actually volunteers to do it instead. With Grandma Max not only giving her a jetpack and a sort of flight suit, but also a blaster too. Like, holy shit! Holy shit!
The sensation rocking the nation.
No! It's just a pistol. It's not a cannon.
Fair enough.
But it does cover the Fifth Amendment, which I always approve of. That's right, to bear arms, right?
I believe it is. Or is it the right to arm bears?
Yeah.
Now that'd be
Something's
the
getting armed, and it's me.
Anyway, but yeah. So the thing is, Vilgax is smart. He knows that Max is going to try and mount a rescue attempt to get Ben out of there. But he and Kevin intend to basically try and find him before then. And Gwen basically does manage to find Ben, but then they're cornered by Vilgax and Kevin. And thus Ben does something noble. Well, he basically Lee says for Kevin and Vilgax to let Gwen go. Oh, and if they do, he'll give them the Omnitrix. Marking the first time that Ben was willing to give up his powers for the sake of family. And we also see that removing the watch is pretty fucking painful.
Like,
Especially the second time.
Yeah. Well, even then, and he didn't fully remove it.
Yeah. A little bit more time in the oven, and I think Vilgax would have gotten it off the first time.
Yeah.
But this time, I think whatever he did it. I think whatever calculations that he did for the second time, a lot quicker, more pain.
Yeah. Which clearly,
you see the flesh being like ripped off and everything is
Yeah. Hell, Ben actually was willing to basically reset the watch so that master control would no longer work. So even if Kevin and Vilgax got it, they couldn't use it. So of course, Gwen and Ben basically managed to escape, with Gwen supposedly throwing away the Omnitrix after retrieving it from Vilgax. However, that's when she reveals that she didn't throw the Omnitrix. She threw a grenade. That literally blows up in their faces. And thus, Kevin and Vilgax are trapped in the null void and never to be seen again. Well, or like Kevin is never to be seen again in this season. In this series. Vilgax, though, not so much. How the hell he got out of the null void, I have no fucking idea. But the episode...
he got followers.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, so Ben is reunited with the Omnitrix, but of course, no longer has master control. And thus he's feeling a little bit more humble about things. And that pretty much ends the season. Honestly, I think Back with a Vengeance is even better than Secrets. Secrets was a good sort of intimidation episode and a good mysterious episode, but this episode really felt like it raised the stakes a lot. It was our first time seeing a villain team-up episode, and teaming up two of Ben's greatest threats together was a sight to behold.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Very definitely.
Plus, it was a bold move of basically sidelining these two, who for at least the time being, despite them being so popular with fans and such formidable foes. All right, let's talk about the new aliens. First of all, we have Cannonbolt. Cannonbolt is all right. He is situational, but nowhere near as much as Ripjaws, though.
Yeah.
This artist done by the artist his Infinite Artwork 01 or at P. Banderwall on Twitter.
Yeah. Basically, his power is just rolling up into a ball. If you're an Overwatch fan, you know exactly which character that is. The hamster.
Right.
Oh yeah, I know it. Been
Yeah.
a while since. Then again,
I haven't
most
played
people
it
don't think
since
of
the
Overwatch
hamster.
nowadays.
Yeah, neither do I.
Anyway, but
yeah,
but Cannonball,
he's just a. Yeah.
Cannonball is very
Go ahead.
situational, but not nearly as bad. And I think what really makes him stand out among the aliens, his color scheme. It's the first time we had a yellow alien.
Yeah.
I mean, the closest thing to a yellow alien that Ben has is probably Heat Blast.
Well, even then, that's more of an orange.
Yeah, I would. I would have said Wild Mutt.
But that's also orange. Right?
Yeah.
Wait,
More or less.
nothing wrong with orange.
No, there are plenty of things that are rhymed with orange. You're just not thinking outside the box.
I know, I'm just using that old cliche. Anyway, but
Alright. Get that away from me.
I'm glad that someone understood what I was referencing.
Ah.
Okay, now let's talk about Wildvine, which, right at the bat, can I just say, one thing I've always hated about Wildvine is his name.
Yeah, thinking about it.
Like, the reason why I'm not a fan of Wildvine is because it sounds too similar to Wild Mutt.
Yeah. I mean, and they could have, give it a better name.
Like, okay, let's try and think here. What would be a better name for Wildvine? Fine. KR, what do you think?
That's a good question.
Oh, I got something.
Ooh, go ahead.
Vine Bomb.
Not
Actually,
bad.
it actually works because considering what's on Wildvine's back,
Ooh, I've got it.
Okay.
Evergreen.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that'd work. That'd be interesting.
That can work.
Yeah. Evergreen works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a common sort of plant term. And plus it, emphasizes the fact that he's a plant. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so Wildvine, name aside, is a very interesting sort of alien due to the fact that he not only has a distinct design, but also a distinct silhouette too.
Mm-hmm.
The long clawed hands, and the sort of seed bombs on his back, and the fact that he doesn't even have any actual legs, just has tendrils.
Mm-hmm.
Also, a detail I've always loved that was brilliant, yet the Venus flytrap collar.
Yeah.
Like, that is so fucking clever. I love that design. I think it's really cool. Wildvine is a good example of an alien that not only has a distinct design, but also is a distinct sort of power set. Yes, he basically has chlorokinesis, but his unique design makes him different among the bunch, and the fact that it is shown that Hell, it's shown later that due to the fact that he's a plant, he is immune to normal human mind control.
Excuse me.
But that's for next season.
Yeah.
Speaking of, let's talk about this season in particular, which, once again, NKR, please help me find the fan artist.
Okay.
Anyway, I overall feel that season 2 is a vast improvement over season 1. There's a lot stronger writing. The series feels like it's starting to find its true identity. And I love how it establishes some new villains and brings back some old ones with new twists.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely feel that season 2 is where the show really starts to find its identity. And it definitely shows some great improvement with the writing. What do you think, Frozen?
Yeah, it was definitely a step up from the first season. Yes, there were some major stinkers, but all in all, I'd say probably 80% of it was definitely groundbreaking.
I definitely feel that season 2 is superior to season 1. It might have the same amount of episodes as season 1, but the quality is a definite improvement. And for season 1, I would give it a solid B+.
Yeah.
But for season 2, I'd give it a straight A.
That's fair.
But we're not quite done with Ben's adventures just yet, as we have the final 2 seasons to cover, that being Ben 10 Season 3 and Ben 10 Season 4. Now, I know what some of you are going to ask. Will we cover Destroy All Aliens or Secret of the Omnitrix? Well, first of all, we already covered Secret of the Omnitrix on the channel, and also Race Against Time. We'll probably watch Destroy All Aliens after we're done with the main series. This is very much a sort of swan song to the original cast.
Yeah.
It pretty much was a reunion for them all, due to the fact that it basically featured not only the original designs for the characters, but also the original voice actors as well.
Yep.
Anyway, but that's going to do it for this edition.
Apparently,
oh, sorry.
Rosita Ania. So it's hard to find this artist.
Yeah, Rosita. Yeah, shout out to the artist Rosita Ania for the artwork that we used for the season 2 overview. Anyway, but that's
I'll keep looking for a link, but
that's going to do it for this edition of the review rodeo. It's time for the sign-offs. Go!
Yeah, you for
Anyway.
First you.
Oh yeah, because usually it's the other guys. This has been your Wandering Outlaw, KR36, reminding you that it's always hero time somewhere. But as always, start off your day with a thumbs up.
This has been your Researching Outlaws, Sentai Master 100, and remember, folks, I put the mad in mad science. Bye.
This has been Reito, the Frozen Traveler Ryokusha, and yeah, definitely do give these seasons a chance, and try to keep a low bar because the first 2 seasons.
Yeah. Will seasons 3 and 4 be an improvement? We'll find out. No, really, we will have to find out because I don't remember for sure, or if things got better with season 3 and 4.
Yeah, I didn't remember
Um,
getting to season 3. I don't think I've ever finished season 3 and 4.
I do remember a good arc from season 3 though.
yeah, I do remember an arc, but I'm not sure if it's from 3 or 4.
Anyway, wait, but yeah, I of course, or said, and your Game Master Outlaw DL about 2016 reminding you that there are no cheat codes in life, but there are hints and tips. Yes, and today's tip is always check your watch and make sure that you don't miss when it's hero time.
Always be sure to wash it every day, just so it doesn't get scrubbed.
Can I get a rim shot for that joke, please? Thank you. Anyway. Also, for the record, folks, if you're looking for a good bent and 10 game, go and emulate Ben 10 Protector of Earth. Though if you're interested in trying out fan projects, why not try out Project Galvin, and a nice fan project done by the folks done with the collaboration with the folks over at the Ink Tank. Hank, hashtag cheap plug. Anyway, have a good night, folks. Take care, and we will see you all next time. Bye!